And we're going to go ahead and grab him here. And then we're going to get him built up. So, all right. Let's get him snagged. Now, what we're going to be doing is going to be a little bit different than what we typically do, okay? Now you'll notice I've got both of my hands up here. Somehow during the last video, my phone locked up, so it did not record any of the stuff that I was saying. So I came back in here on the video, and I'm going to give you some commentary. So essentially, we're going to bring him up to 3 stars. And of course, he'll be 3 red, 3 yellow. And then we're going to get him up to gear 20 and level 105. And then we're going to go into the raids, and we are going to utilize him in the raids. So I'm going to be skipping ahead here shortly so that you don't have to watch all of the ISO stuff. But I want to go over a couple things that we're going to be doing with you. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting Striker on him. So there is an argument to be made for Raider for him. However, his basic, which we'll go over in the raids, is going to put bleed out there, and it's going to diminish, or it's going to exacerbate their negative effects for an additional turn. So getting that attack on the Striker attack, adding those bleeds, and adding an extra turn for their negative effects is going to be a big deal, I believe. So we're going to test that out, see how it goes. He does have a lot of crit damage, so Raider is a decent argument for him. I think I'm going to try him with Striker, and we'll go from there. But we're going to be getting in here to some gameplay after we get all this stuff situated. So I'll see you with the gameplay. All right. So now we are ready to rock and roll. Let's jump in here and take a look at him. Now he's at 3 red right now. So with that, we're going to take a look and see exactly where we're setting on power. I don't think it's going to be difficult for a lot of people if you're coring to get him at 3 red. With the orbs, you're certainly going to be able to grab his red stars. So even if you're coring, you're going to be good. At 3, you've got 8.5 million health, 500,000 damage, your armor focus, and speed-wise, he's going to be 127. So we're going to jump in here now and get to the raids, and we'll see how this works with all 5 of them. Now, this is our Vigilante team. They're all maxed out at 105 gear 20 with the exception of Elektra. Now, we're going to kind of discuss the team and my recommendations when it comes to leveling them. I've had multiple people asking me what my thoughts were as far as getting them leveled up for them to be the most efficient when it comes to raids. And we're going to discuss that. Now, my perception on this team is you want to max out Punisher and the 3 new Vigilantes. You're going to want to max out all 3 of them, and then you're going to want to... Oh, look here. I totally forgot. We jumped into Crucible on accident. We did end up winning Crucible last night. For those of you that follow the Crucible videos, we did get promoted to Diamond 2. And we're going to jump in at the end of this video and check out exactly what happened as far as the opponent's attacks and stuff. But getting back to what I was talking about with Elektra. You want to max out the other 4 Vigilante members as much as you can. And once you do that, you want to bring up Elektra however high you need her to accomplish what you're after. So essentially, the goal is going to be for you to be able to finish difficulty 5 in the raids. I personally think, which you'll see here in a moment, that with the other 4 members maxed out, I don't think you really need to put any resources into Electra. I mean, I think you could have her at 5 yellow, 5 red, and you'll be fine. So that is my recommendation. Take up the other 4, max them out, and then bring up Electra to the point where she is going to fit what you're after. Whether that be Fallen Dimension, whether that be other events that may require her to be 7 yellow, 7 red. That's going to be up to you, but you definitely want to leave her for last and go ahead and bring up the other 4 and just kind of let her trail behind. All right, so now we are in here with Hitmonkey at 3 red, difficulty 5, and we're going to kind of go over some of their ultimates and specials as we're going through this, just to kind of get that information back in your mind. I know a lot of you guys haven't used the Vigilantes a whole lot, so this will kind of give you a look into their kits while we're going through. Now, when it comes to the effect that Hitmonkey has on this team, you're going to see very shortly that it's actually astonishing. So, for me, it's very, very, very surprising how much of an impact he's going to make. So, right now, we are discussing Electra and things of that nature. So, we're getting ready to move on here to Silver Sable's special. And when it comes to her special, of course, you're getting ready to see all of the Vigilantes passives active because we're now utilizing them as a full team. So it's going to be pretty exciting for sure. And it's going to be much more exciting whenever we start attacking. But again, just a refresher, if you're jumping into the video late, somehow my video paused on my original video, so now I'm going back over it with a little bit of commentary so that I didn't post this video with no audio and everybody was wondering what was going on. So bear with me. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm not an expert, but we're going to get through it regardless. So we're going to start out with Silver Sable's ultimate. We're going to put trauma out there, defense down, ability block, and now we're going to go into Hitmonkey's passive. On turn or any enemy with vulnerable turn. If this character's health is full, he's going to attack the enemy with the highest health. He's going to ignore taunt, stealth, and he's going to attack for 200% piercing and apply a vulnerable up to 5. If this character's health is not full, he's going to heal himself for 10%. He's going to generate 1 ability energy for himself and in raids for all of the Vigilantes. This is big, and here's why. The Fallen Dimension Omega that starts tomorrow is going to have raid buffs active. So all of their passives are going to be active in the Fallen Dimension Omega tomorrow. And I think you're going to find out whenever we're watching this battle that I think it might be possible to get through that without bringing Hitmonkey up to 7 red, 7 yellow. So we're going to take him up to 5 yellow in this video, and we're going to leave him there because I want to go over getting into Fallen Dimension Omega with him at 5 and see if we're able to progress through it. If we're not, then of course tomorrow we'll go ahead and raise him up to 7 red, 7 yellow, and we'll go from there. Now on his ultimate, he's going to attack the primary target for 300% piercing, and he's going to apply stun. He's also going to apply stun to the highest damage dealer on the team. So you see we applied stun to Gladiator and Jean. So Daredevil, he's going to clear all negative effects and gain taunt, which we didn't have any negative effects, but there you go. Now this is where it's going to get fun. You're going to see the effect that Hitmonkey has, aside from the fact that Punisher's a boss. So now Silver Sable's back around to her turn, and she's on her ultimate again. That's because of Hitmonkey generating ability energy for the rest of the team. and they're just destroying this. Hit Monkey, same thing. He's back up to his ultimate again. So he's going to stun Green Goblin, and he's going to stun one of the other toons. So I couldn't see which one. No, it was Iron Man. So, yeah, this is crazy. Punisher, back up to his ultimate. So this team is performing with Hit Monkey in there way, way better than I was expecting. I honestly cannot recall having a team that one member made such a huge difference on the bearing of how that team performed. But there you go. There you have it. Hit Monkey is crazy how strong he makes this team. So now we're going to raise Hit Monkey up to 5 red, 5 yellow, and then we're going to go back in again and play one more time. And once we get him up there, we're going to leave him there because I really want to see how he does tomorrow. And then one other thing to be looking out for tomorrow as well. Of course, we're going to be making the video on Fallen Dimension Omega, but I'm also going to release a video tomorrow going through the city section of Professor X with Hit Monkey replacing Daredevil, and we're going to see how he does. I've had multiple different people ask me to see some gameplay with him going in instead of Daredevil, and we're going to go through that tomorrow, and I'll be releasing that video tomorrow night to give you guys who are interested a look into whether or not it's going to make more sense for you to bring Daredevil to Gear 20 or him to Gear 20. I think, obviously, you're going to want Silver Sable, and you're going to want Punisher for the damage. I think we're going to find that Hit Monkey will probably be a better option, but we'll have to see because you got to remember, with Daredevil, you're getting taunting and you're getting healing. So the question is, can Hit Monkey's speed addition that he's adding and ability energy that he's adding overcome the health and the taunt that you're going to lose from not having Daredevil there? So that video will be coming tomorrow, so you guys can check that out and give yourselves the ability to make whatever decisions best for you going into Professor X. All right, so we're going to jump in here. We're going to look at his special. Attack primary target for 250% damage. Apply 1 vulnerable up to a maximum of 5. Prolong the duration of all negative effects by 1. I love that he does that. Up to a maximum of 3. And then he's going to chain to 4 targets within 2 spaces of the previous target for 250% damage. And again, he's going to be applying vulnerables and prolonging the duration of negative effects on them as well. He's going to gain 25% crit damage against all targets with vulnerable, and his attack cannot be broken by a counterattack. So, in true form, they have made this attack for him to be bouncing around like a monkey all over the darn place. And man, vulnerables are everywhere. Look at the duration of negative effects. All of them are 3 or 2. I mean, he's ridiculous. He is absolutely ridiculous. It's going to be very interesting to see how this team also does in war, which we'll probably do some testing on that this week as well, because I want to get in there and take him up against several teams in war and see how they're going to handle the war side of things. All right, so we're going to use Punisher's ultimate, and I don't think other than retaliation, I don't think they take a turn. Like, it is crazy how well they are controlling the other side with Hit Monkey. And you know that we're going to get rid of Gambit as soon as possible because I cannot stand Gambit on the defensive side. So, there he goes. Now we're going to take a look at his basic now. He attacks primary target for 300% damage, applies bleed for 2 turns, and if he has 4 Vigilante allies, he's going to, again, prolong the duration of negative effects by 1 up to a maximum of 3. That right there is why I think he's going to be so good as a striker. And, of course, giving you guys a look into Daredevil's special as well. He's going to apply slow for 2 turns, defense down for 2 turns, which we're pretty much maxing out their duration. I think we're probably getting pretty close with all of the reading to running out of time. So I don't think we're going to get through this battle. Yeah, we don't make it through. We don't make it through, but they're devastating. Between Silver Sable's ultimate and Hit Monkey's passive and his ultimate, I mean, it's crazy. Now, Hit Monkey's at 5 red, 5 yellow. I love the animation. So, he's doing trauma, stun. He's also going to stun one of the Guardians. Yeah, he's phenomenal. This team is way better and way more fun to play with than I was expecting from the addition of Hit Monkey. So we're going to go ahead and get through here. We're going to get down to the end here, and I think we're going to end up leaving somebody standing at the end. We time out. Yeah, I believe we do. Leave a Guardian standing. But no worries at all there. But it's going to be very interesting also to see how Hit Monkey's damage is whenever he's maxed out with diamonds. Because, man, Punisher is a beast. I guess you could say he punishes them, right? Okay, we're getting down to the wire here. And then that's going to be the end of the testing. But long story short, guys, you need Hit Monkey. You absolutely need Hit Monkey. Core for him if you've got the cores. If you have a budget, buy him. Whatever you do, you need to get him, without a doubt. This team right here, not only are they absolutely necessary for raids, but they're going to also be useful in war, I have no doubt. We're going to dig into that a little bit in the future, but I absolutely can see them being a team that is going to be helpful in war for sure. And I mean, he has a banana gun, guys. He literally has a banana gun. So, with that being said, get him for sure, without a doubt. Raids, he's giving that stun to whoever you are targeting, but first turn stun and speed up, I mean, that's certainly going to make them viable in war for sure. And let me know in the comments, guys. Did I do a pretty good job jumping in here and commentating? I can't remember everything I was talking about when I was making the video, because I talk a lot. However, I know at some point in time, I need to go over with you guys the norm for YouTube. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, if you didn't enjoy it because of the overlay commentary, let me know. But like, subscribe, share this with a friend. I definitely appreciate it. Now we're going over the Crucible results for anybody who does follow our Crucible. Looks like room 1 and 2 gave him a little bit of a trouble. Now, room 3, Orcus, obviously, Night Stalkers are going to walk over them every time. Room 4, okay. Room 4, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight here. This room, just a refresher, is going to give you 2 extra. It reduces your ultimate by 2 needed ability energy. So this team has been tripping up people in every single round since the season started, with the exception of the 2 rounds where I didn't get attacked. they have caused a drop attack on the 4 other matches that I've had. And it's because Falcon is going to go first with his ultimate and rewind the entire other team. And I think people are not expecting that when they come into this room. They see Superior 6, they think, oh, this is just a gimme room. And if you're looking for that extra dropped attack against you and you haven't figured out anything when it comes to room 4, I would recommend giving this a shot, because it has worked for me every single round that I've been attacked. It's caused a dropped attack. Because, one, Cabal Kang will not beat this room. So a lot of people have gone in. As a matter of fact, I've had 2 different people go in with Cabal Kang, and they cannot get through this room. And that's what a lot of people want to hit it with. So just some food for thought. If you're needing a little bit of an extra oomph in room 4, that may work for you. And then the interesting one is room 6. He did find a way to beat Professor X. It took 2 sack attacks, one with Orcus, one with Omega Red, Phoenix, Ares, Shadow King, and Ancient One. And then, of course, he finished it up with Odin. And my guess is, I have not watched the replays, but I'm going to say most likely that Professor X used his ultimate in the 2nd round. So going into the 3rd round, he was out, and they came in with Odin, Old Man Logan, Apocalypse, and Black Knight, and looks like they took him out. But the room did its job, got us the victory, and that's perfectly fine for me. And like I was saying in the last video, I would be very surprised if somebody didn't figure out a way to get through it. Now, I could throw Odin in that room, and I don't think anybody's going to get through it, but I really like the idea of having Odin on offense. All right, so with that being said, guys, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you've got a lot of videos you can watch, a lot of things you can do, so anytime you guys are spending time here with me, it's much appreciated. So don't forget about tomorrow, Fallen Dimension Omega. Do not forget about the video I'll be putting out, going through the city section, replacing Daredevil with Hitmonkey. Keep an eye out for those. We did just grab Sable's 3rd diamond, so that's awesome. Other than that, you know the drill. Stay positive, stay happy, and enjoy the game, guys. I appreciate you.